Hey, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you've been before. I'm Dan, and this channel's all about Call of Duty Warzone. You will notice I've got a funky new headset, so hopefully that sorts out some of the audio issues we've been having. Today is going to be a gameplay review, so I'm going to be reviewing one of the games I've recently played. Basically to see if there's any areas I can improve, what could I do differently. I'll explain some of the game mechanics as we're going along. So if you've never played Warzone, hopefully it'll make sense to you. If you have played Warzone before, feel free to drop in the comments below, leave me any tips, any pointers, things you do differently, things you want to learn about, let me know. Also worth pointing out, if you get killed in Warzone, and I'm not saying I die in this game of Warzone, you get to spectate the person who killed you and then the person who killed them and so on and so forth until you end up spectating the person who comes second or the person who wins. So I also think it's worthwhile spectating those players because they're probably pretty good and hopefully we'll learn some stuff from them. I hope you enjoy. So the first thing I do at the start of the game is try and figure out where I'm going to go. I tend to drop somewhere outside the circle, and I love this little row of 3 buildings. If I can drop here, I do. I drop near the edge of the map, but outside the main circle. Tend to wait for the plane to fly over most of the map, that way a load of players will have jumped out early. I hold it off, try and land somewhere a bit quiet so I don't immediately get into a fight and murdered, because that's kind of annoying. That does of course mean we get to enjoy this lovely flight across Caldera. Please enjoy your complimentary in-flight peanuts as we fly over. Look, we can see some people jumping out. So the little yellow dot in the middle of my screen you can see is where I want to land. It's a useful little marker. I have a quick look around just to see, kill some time whilst we're flying on the plane. Few little things that might be useful as that I'll talk about throughout the game. Top left hand corner you can see the mini-map. Bottom left hand corner you can see 2 blue rectangles and 1 black rectangle. That is my armor. Each square represents 1 single armor plate, which I will pick up. The white line is my health bar. That doesn't last at all long. Your armor gets depleted first and then your health bar goes. So we're dropping down into this little pillbox. Quite often there's a gun in here. Pick up an MP40. Great, I love that gun. And then I run through this series of buildings. It's a nice little place to pick up some floor loot, and there's quite a reasonable amount of cover in it as well. Pick up a little SMG. I love SMGs. I use them a lot. And pick up a bunch of stuff. Stick my armor plates in. There we go. It's always important to make sure you've always got armor. It's one of my key little things about this game. Always armor up when you can. You can carry 3 armor plates on you, and then you can carry a spare 5 armor plates. You can see in the left-hand corner I currently have 2. So let's keep investigating these buildings and see what else I can loot. My general plan is to loot up, try and get enough money to buy my loadout, which are those predefined guns which I talked about in my last video. It costs $10,000 to buy a loadout, and you also have to find a buy station to do that. So a guy's locked up in a car back by that pillbox that I went and looted earlier, so we're going to see if we can see him through these windows. There he is. I decided not to take the shot because I'll just give away my position, but he jumps back in his car. You can see on the mini-map it's turned red. That means he's in it, and I assume he's going to drive it down here and hop out next to this building, so I just kind of wait for him. But he just carries on. Okay, so the gas is going to start rolling in when that timer runs out on the top left. Quickly check the map because I want to decide where I'm going to go. So first off, I think I'm going to go and get that truck and then drive to the center of the map and get inside that circle so I don't get caught by this first gas cloud. That gas cloud is going to take 4 minutes to roll up to its current circle where it will collapse to. It's worth pointing out that the first gas cloud moves faster than you can run, so you don't want to get caught by it. Hence, I want to jump back in that truck I just marked. So to quickly do some more looting because I don't have anywhere near as much money as I wanted to at this point. Okay, jump in the truck.
I can drive.
Figure out where I want to go. I decide I want to go to that building. I always like to be in a building. I feel very safe and comfortable inside some buildings. And to be honest, I also tend to drive in the straightest line as I can to that building. So let's off-road. Some plants you can just drive through. Others will stop you when you crash into them. As you can see on the map, that little orange marker that I marked earlier does give us a distance to it. So currently it's 300 meters away. I tend to give up on vehicles before I get to where I want to go because obviously they're marked on the map. You can see where they are. They're quite loud. I prefer to sneak up without people knowing, so I tend to ditch vehicles early. Lovely bit of driving there. My marker's 130 meters. I thought my marker had disappeared, but it was down near the bottom, so I pulled up my map, check it's in the right place, and hop out. See what I can see. On the minimap, you saw a red dot there in one of the buildings, so there's definitely people down here, so we're going to keep an eye out for them. Don't necessarily want to run up to a building with people in it. Can hear an airdrop in the bottom, and you see a bloke on the left there, which is running to that building. There's only one way out of that building, so enemy UAV, which means I'm probably pinging on his minimap. Take first shots at him. He tries to shoot me back. Oh, some horrible shooting there, but I do manage to down him and run around and finish him off. And obligatory stealing of his stuff. Cool, now I'm right next to a buy station. You can see that on the minimap is that little shopping cart. People will want to be buying stuff pretty soon. So being near a buy station can be good because people want to come here to buy stuff so you can kill them, but also it can be bad because people want to come here so they might kill you. So I had to go and check out this little building. As I run up to it, I noticed the front door's already open, so that guy I killed has probably looted everything in it, so I run away. Back into the cover. Okay, so I do need some more money. I can't buy my loadout until this first circle is closed, so I have to go looting for some more money, but all these doors are open, so everything around here has been looted, so I need to find somewhere else to go. Let's hoof it over to these buildings, see what we can find. So I can hear that crate, so let's go in this here. Let's get what's in there. I really just need some cash at this point. It's very frustrating that none of these crates are actually giving up the money. Let's go upstairs to this building. Someone starts shooting at me. I panic. I try and jump through this window. I fail to jump through the window. I run around the back. That is some pathetic running away. I start to armor up. As I mentioned earlier, always be arming up. So where's this guy? He was shooting at me from this direction. Have a little peek out, see if I can see him. And there he is, right in the door. I try and shoot back at him, but he kills me. So, almost immediately I'm sent to the gulag. That's that kill from his point of view. If I'd stayed behind the cover, I might have done better. So the gulag. As I mentioned in my previous video, the first time you die, you get sent to the gulag. It's going to stick me in a one-on-one fight with some other player who's also recently died. I quite enjoy the gulag. I'm fairly good at them, to be honest. I like the intense fighting. It's a very different pace to the rest of the game because it's a very small room. And you just get given a random gun. Alright, you can see the player outlined through the other side. Sneaky tip, if you can see which direction he's pointing in, you know which way he's going, but I don't know. Is he this way? He ain't there. There he is. Perfect. So now we get sent back. Where am I going to land is the question. So I'm right above a loadout. Perfect. I'm going to drop down there, pick up the guns that I want to use. This is quite risky. At this point, there could be people watching this loadout because it's on their maps too. But also, I might as well see if I can get my guns. And if I get shot, I get shot. Great. So I pick up the STG-44, which you'll notice is gold, and a Tommy gun, essentially, as my secondary gun. It's important to point out when you pick up a loadout, you don't just get the guns, you also get things called perks, which are like special skills. One of those skills, ordinarily a loadout consists of a primary gun and a secondary gun, or as I like to call them, a big gun and a little gun. One of the perks is called Overkill, and it allows you to take two big guns, and that's what I've done in this case. I've got a big AR like this, which is good for shooting kind of medium to long range. My other Tommy gun is better for shooting medium to close range. So at the moment, I'm comfortably inside the circle, so I'm not going to get pushed by the gas at any point, and I'm quite near another buy station. I'm wondering if anyone has looted these buildings yet, so I'm being a bit sneaky. Keeping my ears out to see if I can hear any crates anywhere. When I said being sneaky, not so sneaky, I'm not willing to jump through windows if it's going to save me a few seconds. can hear that hum of a crate somewhere, but I just can't find it. And then I realise there's an upstairs to this building. But it's not in here. There we go. So down there in that little electrical substation, there is a buy station. And I figure I might just camp it. Or should I move on? I quickly check the map to see where the circle's going to go. And start getting shot at by someone near that buy station. Run around and hide. Armor up. Always be armoring. So there's someone in there. You can see another dot on the mini-map. So there's definitely someone near that buy station. There he is. Try and lob a grenade at him, but it sticks to the wall. That was a mistake. Run around. Armor up. I'm going to be honest, I'm using the wrong gun. I've switched to my Tommy gun, but I should really be using my bigger gun. There he is. Got him. Steal his stuff. Put my armor in. And I've stolen some money off him, which is quite useful. I'm only $500 off another loadout. Let's go and see if we can find it. I still have a sneaky suspicion there might be someone in this area, so again, being a little bit careful. And I pick up the money that I need. Run over to the buy station, run past the buy station because I don't notice it the first time. There it is. Buy a loadout drop marker. So I've already got my guns. Why am I buying a second loadout? So there's a perk, as I mentioned, you get these little perks, they're special abilities. They're in 3 categories, there's 8 in each category, and you can only pick 1 from each category. One of those perks allows you to pick the special 2-gun thing. The other one, it comes with a thing called Ghost. So when I pick up my second one, I drop my first loadout. So I pick up the guns again, but now I've got Ghost. So I've got my standard guns back, my special guns that I really like. Also got Ghost. Ghost prevents me from appearing on the minimap and also on the heartbeat sensor, which is very important. So when you see those red dots appear on the minimap, it means I won't appear on them. But it also means I've got my guns. Again, basically just lurking here trying to decide what to do. That's my heartbeat sensor. It pings up a little distance and a little dot to show you an angle and a direction as to where your enemy is. It doesn't work vertically though, so if you're in a building and they're several floors above you, it still only gives you a direction, so it's not 100% reliable. Also, people who are ghosted don't appear on it, so you can't always rely on it. I realised at some point I've still got my Tommy gun out, so I switched to what I think is my other gun, only to realising I've realised I picked up the wrong gun when I was doing my loadout, so I now have to run back to my loadout, smooth, good skills Dan, and pick up my shiny gun. There it is. Okay, now you can see on the mini-map there's a little line connecting me to the circle, so I want to try and get inside the circle so I don't get caught by the gas. It's also a useful thing to be just inside the gas and seeing in the direction it's coming so that you can catch people who are running away from the gas. It's kind of a classic thing to do, is sit just inside the circle and kill people as they have to try and run away from the gas. So I just picked up a thing called Dead Silence. You can see a little like balaclava thing in the bottom right hand corner. That prevents me from making any sound whilst I'm moving for about 10-15 seconds. I want to empty these crates mainly so they stop making noise so I can hear footsteps and things over them, and I stare out this window waiting to see if I can catch anyone running from the gas. Just looking around at all the different windows, see if I can get a better angle. I decide that building might give me a better view. Check there's no one in it on my heartbeat sensor. Decide I want to move down to the next building. Glass is already broken on these buildings, so it's likely they've already been looted, so there's nothing of value in here. Not that I really need anything else. I've got everything I really want. I've got my loadout. I'm ghosted. I've got my heartbeat sensor. I've got my special guns. So now really it's just holding on and seeing how far we can make it. You can see some green smoke in the distance there. That is, I think that's a loadout drop or a bunch of money that's been dropped. So it might be attracting players. So I'm going to see if I can get into a good position to get a line on it, but I don't like this running through the open with my back against a cliff. That feels bad. If there's someone in that building, they can easily get a drop on me. Let's try and sneak in this building. Hope there's no one in it. I completely failed at that point to check this building with my heartbeat sensor. I totally should have done that. So let's see if I can see anything near this green gas. I can hear shooting to the right of me. So, a little bit of tactical lurking in this building. I'm looking at the buy station. There is a buy station and a truck over there. So again, worthwhile sitting here to see if anyone tries to make a run for the buy station. So essentially, I'm now just going to wait in this building and see if anyone gets pushed by the gas. Also, once the gas catches up to that white line, the edge of this circle, it's going to move into a second circle. And I'm kind of thinking I can jump into that vehicle. Or if you look on the minimap, you can see there's another vehicle right next to this building. So I figure I can grab one of those two vehicles and move to my next position if I need to. There's some stuff lying there. So someone has died there recently. It says an enemy UAV is overhead, so I would ordinarily at this point be marked on the minimap, but I'm not, and I can see someone moving.
Gas is closing. Get to the new safe zone.
Oop, someone else can see him. So there's someone shooting from that yellow building towards him, so I try and get a line to both of them, but there's a lot of trees in the way. Someone lobs a grenade. There's the other guy. They're having a shootout. I think the first guy won. I checked the heartbeat sensor there just to see if they were pinging on it, but I suspect it's more than 50 meters away and the heartbeat sensor only reads 50 meters. You can see the gas circle has now moved, and I have a white line on my minimap showing me the direction I need to move in to get into the circle. But this guy is going to get pushed by that gas in 5 seconds time, so let's see if we can get him. And he runs across the open road. Fairly easy kill. And I decide now is the time to move. Decide between the quad bike and the van. I decide to take the van in the end. Okay, so now I've got to figure out where I'm going to go. And I see this building right on the edge of the gas. So again, I'm going to try the same thing again. We're going to run up there and try and gatekeep anyone running from the gas. However, the building I've just marked is at the top of these cliffs, which is kind of irritating. Follow the long and windy road, crash into many trees on my way. I'm not very good at driving, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm slightly better at shooting than I am at driving. Okay, now there is a good chance there's someone up here waiting to do what I want to do, and you already see someone just died there and a little red dot pinged on the minimap, and there's definitely someone up here. So I hop out of the van, see if I can take this person on, see if they're on the heartbeat sensor, and there they are. You can see they're just on the right in about 44 meters, somewhere that way. And they're off. Heartbeat sensor only reads to 50 meters, so it's very easy to disappear off if they're in the mid 40s kind of distance away from me. So I run around to hide behind this fence. Someone got shot very close to me just then. There he is again, picking up 45 meters down this hill. I'm glad I've got that high ground, but I am a little bit nervous about approaching it. Clearly someone down there can kill people. There he is at the bottom of the screen. There he is. Oh, oh, oh. That was lucky. I felt like I was about to run out of ammo. I had quite a lot of ammo left, but there you go. Another kill. In the top right-hand corner, you can see next to the little skull, there's 5. That's how many kills I've got, including that guy I got in the gulag. There is also a 24. That's the number of players that are left in the game. And that one with an eyeball next to it is the number of players who are watching me. So that guy I just killed is now watching me. And someone nearby me in a truck.
Gas is closing in. Relocating the safe zone.
So some nice heavy weapons being dropped in. I don't bother picking these up because they're not as good as the gun I've got. Well, they may be better than the gun I've got, but I'm not as used to them as using the gun I'm using. So I like to stick with the gun I've chosen. I'm certain this car, you can see the little car on the minimap and you can just hear it. I'm certain this guy's going to go for that drop, but he decides not to. There he goes. And we're down to 20 players left in the game. Someone else pops a UAV. There's that weapons crate. And I drive to get just inside the circle again. And quickly run into this little building because I'm pretty certain there's people around now at this point. We saw that car drive this direction. I've heard a bit of shooting. And I close the door so I'm less obvious and can't get shot in the back and check my heartbeat sensor. Again, shooting on the minimap, just in front of me. Stick my head out, see if I can see anyone. Very quickly, we're already down to 14 players, 13 players left, so someone's just been killed down there. Stick my head out, see if I can see them. No one there. Run back in. Hide in the house again. So there's definitely a few minutes of tactical lurking in this building as I figure out what I'm going to do. Can see the gas and the circle are already getting smaller and smaller. I'm feeling very tense at this point. There's definitely 10 other people hanging around this very small area. Check out the back to see if anyone's being pushed in by the gas. Check my heartbeat sensor. Another peek out the window. See, I'm sure there's someone that way. I'm sure the person who we saw ping on the minimap has not moved, and I'm sure they're sitting in that direction. Also doing a lot of listening to see if I can hear their footsteps run past. At this point, these last 10 players have probably done what I've done and got ghost. So I'm using the heartbeat sensor, but I can't rely on it because the chances are they are ghosted and wouldn't appear on it anyway. Okay, so now I run to the next building because you can see the circle is now outside of this building. So someone's got to get there. Close the door so I don't get shot in the back. Basically, I'm thinking I can hang here and wait until people get pushed into this circle because I'm pretty close to it. Still 11 players left, including me. Quickly check out the door, and now the gas is going to start rolling in. So I'm thinking if I sit here, someone's going to get pushed out of these tents because there must be people hiding in there at this point. Now the job is just to wait and kill them as they run away from the gas. No one on the hobby sensor. You can just see the green line of the gas coming in now. Close the door, go and check the other side. Someone might be being pushed on this side. Oh, someone's shooting at me. I panic. So there's a guy lurking down there by the rock. And he managed to kill me as I try and get for cover. I thought he was shooting at me from behind. And I placed 7th. But now we can watch that guy and see how he does. Hopefully he can convert my death into a victory. Let's see how he does. So he's got a big old LMG thing. And there are now 5 players remaining, including this guy. So you can see the entire circle on the map now, so it's very small. The loadout drops 140 meters away from him and just the other side of the circle. So there's now 4 players. Ooh, someone's shooting at him. He does what I would do, which is run away because you don't know where you're being shot at from. He should armor up now. Armor up, dude. There we go. The circles again got smaller. We know there's a guy sitting in this direction. And he just spots this guy. It's a tricky shot because he's right behind that lamppost. There we go. He starts shooting. Doesn't quite get it off. And now, unfortunately, he's given away his position because that's a very loud gun. So now we know everyone else knows where he is, including that sniper that was just trying to shoot him. Circle's closing, so the gas is going to start rolling in and push everyone into this tiny circle, which is centered on this open road, which is just a bad situation to be in. there somewhere with 3 other players, all looking for you. Just to the left. Doesn't take the shot, which is fair enough. But now we know where one of them is, so we know one of them's to the left. It's worth noting at this point this guy's only got 2 kills, one of them being me. There's another guy to the left, and those 2 players are now shooting each other. It does what I do, let them sort it out amongst themselves. Oh, it's a bit too far for that shot. That's a risky shot. So, we know where one player is. There's another player. They're shooting each other, so one player's killed that. There he is, there he is. Oh, I think we downed him as he went over the edge. Guy reloads. Let's go and see where that player is. You can hear coughing in the gas, so the guy's in the gas. There he is. And we're done. Your man wins. So I'm glad he converted my death into a victory. That was worthwhile. 5 kills for me is a pretty good game. That all went pretty well. I was very happy with how I went in that game. Could have lasted a bit longer. As I kicked open that door just before that guy killed me, you could just see him hiding in the bushes now that I've rewatched it. So it's worth something to remember. And I should have backed into that building again rather than trying to run out it and run around it. But there you go. Our man, accidental shot, wins the game and gets rescued from the gas. Bye bye. So there you go. That was my first full gameplay breakdown. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you picked something up from it. I hope you learned something new. If there's something you want to point out, please leave me a comment down below. Also down below, you're going to find links to my Twitter and my TikTok. I've only just set them up. So if you want to go and follow them, that would be amazing. Obviously, remember to like and subscribe with this video. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.